Here is the Starcaster BYO guitar kit. Couldn't resist, they're having a sale for Black Friday. Plan is to put this together in the spring. Let's see if I can hold off that long. Already I can tell it seems to be a much more well put together kit than the bass guitar I got. Kind of look at it here, it's got the neck. Yeah, it's together like that. Seems to be a very nice tight fit there. Body's in great shape. Nice heft to it all. Usual cheap strings and the guitar cord no one would ever use, but this seems to be nice and heavy, the bridge, and the, who knows, I might swap these out. One thing I most likely will swap out are the knobs. I don't care for these. I know they're Gibson, but don't care for them. The pots seem a whole lot more sturdy than the bass kit I put together, the Hofner bass kit. Same with the switch, seems to be nice and solid. I did order a replacement nut. I'm not sure about. Gotta take out the old one, put in the new one. That's going to be something. And then the pickups, I won't know until I hear them. But they have some nice heft to them. Best thing is that this website, these guys know what they're doing, and their instructions online are extremely detailed, step by step. I think it's going to be a pleasure. It's not going to be any guesswork or having to research what I need to do. Down to the pickups are two different thicknesses, so you know exactly which one goes where on the body. Time for an update. I've done a few things. It's just after New Year's. Did some sanding. I put a brief coat of lacquer on the front because I stained the back, and that was nerve-wracking. When you're playing with ebony, black stain, and the front, it needs to remain spotless. So it's kind of, kind of nerve-wracking, especially since I found, I don't know if you can see it on here, there's a couple spots. There's one right there. There's like 3 spots. There's another one. Where there were actually flaws in the back here, and on their website they've given some discounts sometimes for ones that have flaws, and there was no discount offered on this. There were 3 of them, so I don't know. I'm probably not going to contact them because I just, like I said, I was staining it black anyway, so you really can't see them, and it's on the back, so the front looks excellent. Also, the neck fit wonderfully. I did all their measurements. Didn't do any adjusting on the neck. The instructions, now that I've gotten into them, a couple things on them. For one thing, there was no ground drilled between the you can see it, the pickup and the bridge post, so I had to do that myself. I was a little nervous. Also, I widened the hole there. I made another hole to get all the wires out. Order-wise, they actually have the finish on page 13 after everything else, after putting in the tuning pegs and everything else, which you think you want to finish it before you put any of that stuff on there. And as usual, the electric schematic could be more clear for a novice like me. Did some research. Hopefully I've got it right. But let's see, here's all my notes. I really, I think it could have been better, but I'm not complaining because it is, I can tell, obviously a very well designed and put together guitar. So enjoying it so far, taking my time. I've got replacement knobs ordered from China. They'll be here sometime in January. So that's it. We had an unusual stretch of 50-degree weather in January in Indiana. So I took the opportunity to spray some lacquer on it. Every place I read, there was either said at least 65 degrees or it doesn't make any difference. So I took a risk, and I think it turned out okay. You see one spot, it was starting to sag, so I've got, you can see there, actually 3 spots there, and there where it's sanded through. I was trying to get the lacquer off. Normally, I guess, if I were to do it again, I would spray multiple coats and then do a little sanding. I'm not sure if I'm going to try and sand it down and restain those spots. I'm thinking if that's the worst mistake I make on this, just those 3 little sand through spots, I'm doing good. But I also found a can of Watco. I used Deft on this before. They went on sale at Walmart clearance, and I might take the risk and spray another couple coats. I'm kind of nervous because it's not warm enough yet. Thinking about it. Plus, apparently somehow I missed a spot. See right there where I missed that. So anyway, gonna give it a shot. Maybe. I decided to hit the face of the guitar just at least one more time with the Walmart special. And the neck. I sanded the neck with 400 grit just ever so lightly, and it made a great improvement. Much stinkier than the other brand. Looks okay. I have no complaints. I think it's a very nice smooth finish. Now I'm putting in the tuning pegs. They actually seem pretty sturdy. It took 4 full turns to make a quarter turn of the peg. I'm not sure what the gear ratio is on that, but that'll be the next thing to do. Hello everybody! First of all, I watched some past episodes and I'd like to apologize for my lack of charisma. Thanks for watching so far. Now comes the scary part where I drill a hole at the back of the neck. And if you go too far, it'll poke out the front and ruin all your work. But so that's why you put a little piece of tape and be very careful and very scared. So here I go. So you see that wire? It makes it so the pickup does not rest flush. So I'm going to have to maybe lower that. I did some more drilling. I put the little plate down there and I installed the pickups and ran the wires and put the wire back inside here into the hole I drilled, and then tapped these in with a rubber mallet on a piece of wood so as not to damage the face. And then I put the plate on and had for my first little mishap because it wasn't all exactly straight, and I tried to scooch it, which caused a nice little scratch on here, but I used some stain, put it right back, and you can't really tell unless you're really looking. And why are you looking at my plug anyway? So anyway, all the wires are out. The next thing is to do some soldering. It's real close. 8 solder joints, that's all. Like a patient etherized upon the table. Let's go. First 4 done, 4 to go. This one wasn't pretty, especially that big ground knob right there. It took a while to heat that up. Also, I should point out, I think these wires are already pre-soldered. They tinned them a little bit, so that makes it another nice thing they did. Alright, there's the other 4 solder joints. I think I'm going to rig it up and just test it real quick before I screw all these in place. So things I read mentioned tying a string through and tying them to the right pot to pull them through. We'll see if that actually is helpful or not. I thought I had the volume and tone controls reversed. Took everything out, did some research, taped it all up together so it would look nice and pretty. You can't even see anything in there now. And put it back together, and then it turns out that I actually had them right before, and now I have them reversed.